Top 5 worst moments in boxing history. 1. Death of Duk Koo Kim. A superstar in South Korea, Kim had risen all the way to the #1 lightweight contender and earned a world title shot against the famed Ray Boom Boom Mancini in 1982. The bout was extremely brutal. In the early part of the 14th round, Mancini hit Kim with a crushing right hand that caused him to fly toward the ropes and hit his head on the canvas. Kim managed to rise, but the fight was stopped by the referee. Minutes later, Duk Koo Kim collapsed into a coma and was carried out of the ring and taken directly to the hospital. Tragically, the Korean star died 4 days later from severe brain trauma. 2. The actions of Panama Lewis. Carlos Lewis was a world-class trainer. His character, on the other hand, was anything but world-class, despite already being under a cloud of suspicion for allegedly giving his boxers water spiked with illegal stimulants and for gambling on fights that he was involved in. Once, Panama Lewis concocted a wicked plan for his fighter, Luis Resto. Knowing Resto was overmatched in a bout, Panama and another trainer removed padding from Resto's gloves and poured an illegal hardening agent on his hand wraps. Then Luis Resto proceeded to brutalize his unsuspecting opponent for 10 rounds. After being declared the winner, Resto approached Collins' corner. Collins' father, who at that point was suspicious of Resto's newfound power, touched Resto's hand and immediately notified ringside officials. The gloves and hand wraps in question were confiscated by the State Athletic Commission, and both were brought up on charges. Panama Lewis and Luis Resto both had their licenses permanently revoked and were given prison sentences. 3. International Boxing Federation scandal. In November 1999, IBF President Bob Lee Sr. was indicted and convicted on numerous racketeering charges. Lee and his rankings chairman, C. Douglas Beavers, were rigging the boxing ranking system by taking cash bribes from promoters. They accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars from people like Don King and Cedric Kushner to boost the rankings of their fighters. Promoters who didn't pay didn't get title fights. This created a corrupt system not based on merit, damaging the sport's reputation. 4. Riot at Madison Square Garden. Polish boxer Andrew Golota entered the ring on July 11, 1996, with a perfect 27-0 record, ready to face former heavyweight champ Riddick Bowe. Golota dominated the fight, beating Bowe round after round and leading on points. However, in the 7th round, Golota started repeatedly punching Bowe below the belt. Despite warnings and point deductions, he continued, leading to his disqualification. Bowe's corner then attacked Golota and his team, causing a massive, racially charged riot that spilled into the stands. Security couldn't handle the chaos, and it took New York Riot Police to restore order, with many injured in the process. 5. Seoul, Korea, 1988 Olympics. New Zealander Keith Walker was refereeing a bantamweight bout between Byun Jong-il of South Korea and Alexander Hristov of Bulgaria. The fight was filled with fouls, and Walker had to repeatedly penalize Jong for headbutting. When Hristov was declared the winner, Jong's countrymen became furious. South Korean boxing officials and coaches stormed the ring and viciously attacked Walker with punches, kicks, bottles, and chairs. Walker barely escaped serious injury and immediately flew back to New Zealand. The incident led to the resignations of the Korean Boxing Federation president and the president of the Korean Olympic Committee.